Today we're going to have session 6 of our Speechcraft. And so session 6 is the final session. You know, it's going to be the best. David, do I have it right that you're doing our table topics?
Yes, Maurice, I am. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. So we're going to do table. David's going to do table topics. We're going to switch to Jackie, and Jackie is a distinguished Toastmaster. That's what the DTM means. And so she'll be our guest speaker for today. And then we'll do our Know Your Purpose speeches. So Rachel, you'll go first, and then Evelyn. And if Alpina and Therese joins, well, then they can do it as well. And then Jackie and I are going to talk about what the next steps are and what it looks like. And Evelyn has given us some suggestions and some thoughts, and we just want to hear from everyone else to see how what people are thinking. Any questions about the agenda before we get started? David, take it away.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Fellow Toastmasters, I'm pleased to manage the table topics for today. And I know we don't have perhaps a lot of Toastmasters on at this meeting. So I think by elimination is going to be quite easy to pick who will cover the table topic. But my first table topic is, and there's a little bit of noise in my background. So yeah, my first table topic is, if you could change one thing in this world, what would it be and why? And I'm going to direct that to Sharad.
Hi, everybody. I hope everybody is doing great. And thank you, David, for giving me the opportunity. Like, I was not prepared for this, but it goes. So one thing that I would like to change in this world, what it is, okay. So I think I would like to change the way people are treating the environment right now, right? The forests that are being cut all over the world, and this global warming, right? I think everybody should make it a priority to do something about our environment, right? We should give our future generations something better than, how we received our Earth. This requires, like, I think it's a global topic, and everybody should chip in, right? It's not just, it's, a problem that only US is facing or China is facing, or, it's not, it's a global topic, and everybody think of it beyond political lines and physical boundaries, right? So we should stop people from cutting forests, making sure, our environment is healthy. We should stop utilizing plastic. We should start recycling all the stuff that we can. And I think because this is so huge, right, the impact on our coming generation is going to be so big, and everybody should chip in. Like, it's not that, you, me, or our next door neighbor can't do anything about it. I think everybody can and start doing their own part. Just make sure you recycle whatever you use at home, and try to do whatever you can, even if it's just, making sure you recycle your stuff, and help your kids and your friends and your relatives, just make sure that they know how we can help the environment. I believe, yeah, each and every person can start doing his or her part, and then we can make the world a better place, right? And it will help a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharad. Thank you, Maurice. I think you are probably keeping track of the time. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
And,
thanks, Sharad. So I guess I do one more.
Yeah, we can go ahead and we can go to 110. We should go to 110.
Okay. All right. So our next topic is, what is your view of happiness? And that is directed to, please, and you'll have to forgive me because I don't think that's Is that Rachel? Rachel, right?
Oh, yes, I should change
Rachel, yes. Rachel, can you take that?
Sure, yes, thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
David. I like the first question better though. All right, anyway, I like this question as well. Okay, so you can see that people may many a times saying that they are not happy with their work, with their family, and so on and so forth. Associated with the happiness, they also say that quality of life, style of life, and other concepts. So we have to first decide what is happiness to you, or what is um, quality of life to you. I want to associate quality of life with happiness. Okay. So if I want to be happy, that is what I want as a quality of my life. Okay. Like we also associate it with joy at work. They are all happiness related. So if I want to define what is happiness means, that is the thing happiness is what keeps me comfortable wherever I am. Okay. So if I am comfortable, I'm happy. I want to translate it with my comfort, level of comfort. Okay. So I don't recall if you asked me what is happiness to me, or I don't know, you asked me something like that. In any case, I am modifying your question to what is happiness to me, and something of that line. So if you want, if I would explain what is happiness to me, I would say happiness is something which makes me comfortable. And I'm going to say that spending time with family and friends is the most comfortable time, or the happy time for me. And out of that, it is the time I spend with my family to do the prayers in the evening and having dinner with my family. That is the happiest moments of my life. And I like to be with my family and extended family when possible. I'm sure I didn't take 1 minute yet, but
You
that's
you
what
completely
happens.
have, and I apologize because I don't have my timing backgrounds with my virtual
Yes.
background
Oh,
in the office. It's a little bit difficult to put up because I was trying to do, and all I got was that.
you were showing something. I had no clue what you were
Yeah,
trying to do.
Yes.
you couldn't see it. Sorry about that
All
one.
right.
That's completely my fault. We have time for one more.
Okay. So I guess that leaves Evelyn. Sorry. So Evelyn, my question to you.
Recording.
Oops. I'm sorry.
I think you joined again, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Which one did you want, David? I just now realized you had both. You had both in the waiting room.
Yeah. So now we can't hear him. I think he was.
Moving to the computer. Sorry
Yeah,
about that one.
that's what happened. Yeah, I wanted to shift to my computer. Yes, my question is, what has been your favorite culinary experience? And describe what it was like. And that's Evelyn. So your favorite sort of perhaps restaurant outing and dish and cuisine, the culinary outing.
Okay. May I ask you, David, do I have to answer that, or would you like me to answer that, or can I take up a prior question?
Okay, absolutely. You can take up a prior question.
Okay, I'm stumbling a little bit.
That's okay. That's
on
fine.
this, so if it's okay with you.
Yes, I'm fine.
I'm going to answer a question one. What would I change if I could change anything in this world? If I could change anything in this world, I would change prejudice and hatred of people based on their religion, race, or other sexual beliefs. I feel it's becoming more and more of a problem in this country. And every time we hear of another shooting or death, I guess I get sick to my stomach. And I think it has to start early on, in families and with education, that we have to educate people on tolerance and what racism means. I know that there are classes in different colleges and universities for adults that are interested, but we have to do a better job, I guess, building it into curriculum of even first graders, in my opinion, because the world can't be a good place to live if people hate each other and there are senseless deaths. And we need to be creative in figuring out how to stop this. Thank you.
Thank you, Evelyn. And that completes our table topics. Maurice, I guess it's over to you, or?
Thank you, David. Thank you so much. So with today being our final session, I thought it best to hear from someone in TIP Toastmasters who is an MEA member, or was an MEA member, and is retired at that. So she has a real extensive journey to share with us, and she's actually going to give us a speech, 5 to 7 minutes, on my Toastmasters journey. Jackie Brown, my Toastmasters journey. Take it over.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Maurice. My Toastmasters journey. Maurice asked me what was it I was going to talk about. And because this is an impromptu meeting, I believe I saw the word impromptu somewhere, I did not write down a speech. I wrote down a couple of key points, but not an actual speech. And this is the first time I think I'm doing an actual impromptu speech. So we're going to see how that goes. I began my Toastmasters journey in January of 2013. And I've had several peaks in my life, personal life, and my Toastmasters life. And I've had several valleys. In 2011, my mom died, and it really shook me to my core. And I became another person. Like, I didn't realize that when someone that close to you passes away, it kind of cuts your life in half, like before my mom died and after my mom died. So I was really a different person after my mom died. And it did show up in my work. I didn't realize it then. Perhaps I should have stayed out a little longer, but I did not. But I moved on, and Toastmasters really helped me to do that. In TIP Toastmasters, we clap a lot. And I needed that because my cheerleader who would cheer me on had disappeared, and I hadn't established any new ones yet until I got to TIP. And they clapped when I did table topics and ran over. They clapped when I did a speech and maybe I didn't do it correctly, or I said a lot of ums and a lot of ahs. They clapped for everything. But let me back up a little bit. Before I actually became a member, there was a TIP member named Gail. And Gail was in charge of membership at the time. And Gail is the most bubbly person you've ever want to meet. And when I would call her to see when the meetings were going to start, she was always so bubbly. And at that time on my job, things were not bubbly for me at all. So to hear that bubbly person on the end of my phone, I was taken aback. And I'm like, could this be? But every time I would call her, she would be the same bubbly person. So I said, I have to go check this out for myself. I got to see this person, just who she is. And when I met her and I met the other TIP members, they were just as bubbly and friendly and kind as Gail was. So for me, in my profile, I put down that being a TIP Toastmaster is the spa for my well-being, because it truly is. It truly is. I've done contests. I came in second. I did not win. I know Maurice just recently won in 2020. I did not win, but I did come in second in 2015. In 2016, I believe I was TIP Toastmaster of the Year. And I truly enjoyed that because I had worked really hard. I was the vice president of membership. I was the vice president of public relations. I'm currently the secretary. I've been the secretary now for 3 terms. I was president. So I've held almost every role, not quite every, but almost every role. So I was with the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation, and they were the total opposite of what my TIP family was about. So, like I said, when I say it was the spot for my well-being, it really, really was. I was with the Parks Department for 36 years before I recently retired in 2017. I enjoyed the people immensely. The, I don't know, oh wait, is everybody here a city worker? So, okay, so you know that sometimes it could be a bit challenging with the administrative part. I love what I did. I worked with recreation. I was a deputy chief of Brooklyn Recreation for about, oh boy, a little less than 10 years. And I really enjoyed that. But being a TIP Toastmaster is what gave me true confidence. Not only with giving speeches, so in my personal life, it gave me more confidence, as well as my TIP life and my work life. So let's see, in 2020, just last year, I became a distinguished Toastmaster. I'm sure Maurice has explained to you, there was a legacy program before Pathways. And during the legacy program, towards the end, it was like, if you don't finish quickly, you will have to basically start all over again with Pathways. And I was more than halfway done with the legacy program. So I said, well, I better hurry up and finish this legacy program. So what I did speeches at TIP, I did speeches at 42 Broadway Toastmasters. I did speeches all over District 46, I think it was 46 at the time. And that's what helped push me ahead so I could become a distinguished Toastmaster. I do it because I love the members there. I enjoy talking to them and hearing their stories. I'm not really so much into being a contestant or signing up to be in contests, but I do enjoy giving the speeches. I do enjoy not saying as many ums and ahs and being mindful of that. I do enjoy being able to put gestures in the right place and know how to do that, and to use my voice as a tool for speaking. So my TIP Masters journey has been one for me that has been truly amazing. I love meeting people like Maurice and Evelyn. We even have another Evelyn. And like I said, one person is just as kind as the other. And it is still, even though I've been a Toastmaster since 2013, it still amazes me how gracious and kind people are, you know, and not just in our club, this is all the way around. And oh, I got to mention the conferences, at the international conferences, which can be anywhere around the world, you get to meet other Toastmasters from other countries. So I've been to 2, and it's nothing less than amazing. It's hard to explain when you see all these people from Africa, India, places you've never heard of. It is truly amazing. So I would suggest that if you decide to become a Toastmaster, that you definitely check out the international conference. And the thing now is you could do it online. So I don't know if they're going to keep that going once all the pandemic is over, but if they do, I would suggest doing it on Zoom if you can. And once it's not on Zoom anymore, if that happens, I would suggest you actually go in person. So that's a little bit about my Toastmasters journey. And I hope that soon you have your own. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. Welcome, Hopina. Hopina, your video is not showing. If you wanted to turn it on, that's okay. Evelyn, I know you like to go first, but I'm gonna put you at the last spot this time.
Sure.
Rachel, what's the title of your speech?
Hi, the title of my speech is, what is your greatest everyday challenge?
What is your greatest everyday challenge? Got it. And then can you move the mic closer to your mouth so we can hear you better? Your life. Tell me one more time.
Better?
Tell me one more time your speech title.
Is it any better? Do you
Uh,
need more volume?
Move the mic closer on the headset. Tell
How
me
is it now?
and speak. Tell me the speech title one more time.
What is your greatest everyday challenge?
Everyday challenge. Good. All right. So here we go. We're going to turn it over to Rachel, and Rachel is going to give you her Know Your Purpose speech, the second speech in the Speechcraft series. And the title is, What is Your Greatest Everyday Challenge? Rachel, take it away.
Thank you, Maurice. Thank you very much. Hello, fellow Toastmasters. Good to see you all again. If someone asks me what my greatest everyday challenge is, I would say I do not have enough time to do all I want to do on a given day. Some of you may be experiencing similar issue. I would like to share my thoughts with you, fellow Toastmasters, as I analyze my problem or decide to complete a lot within the 24 hours we all have per day. First, I checked on my available resources. What do I have to do my personal task and professional job? On a given day, I have my loving family, a noble profession, friendly colleagues, and a decent car, a computer with relatively new technology, 2 phones, and 24 hours. Do I need anything else to complete my tasks and lead a healthy life? I don't think so, or I'm not sure. Then why am I not able to accomplish all I want within 24 hours if I have everything I need? Something is missing somewhere, but I'm not sure about the missing element. I would like you to help me analyze my situation. Let's look at my family first. My kids are grown up. I don't need to spend time with them for their homework or their schoolwork. My youngest twin boys are 24 years old and they both are employed. My husband is employed and he's fairly healthy. My grandbaby is 3 years old, but her parents take care of her most of the time. I just spend some quality time with her. I am a nurse and I work as an informatics nurse in one of the city hospitals, decently paid. My colleagues and my boss are very good people and I like spending time with each one of them. Pretty much I enjoy being in my second home, which is my job. My car has no problems and my computer has reasonably good speed and my phones are new model with cool features. Okay. I think I am a good planner. I believe I'm a good leader. I think I make wise use of technology to do my job. Then where is my problem? Why am I not able to complete all I want within the 24 hours I have? Do I plan to get more tasks done than I can probably do? I think I do. In an attempt to do better all the time, I think I plan to get more things done than I can. My personality is to excel in all things I do, and I get to spend additional personal time to accomplish job-related tasks. Where else am I losing my time? Am I spending too much time on my phones or on my computer in social media? Let us check some facts. When IBM invented the world's first smartphone called Simon Personal Communicator, released in 1994, they may have never thought that the invention would become a monster. Then Steve Jobs came along and revolutionized mobile phones forever in 2007. The phones transformed from a communication tool, they radically changed the world and the way we use it. They replaced our libraries, bookstores, newspapers, and magazines. They turned everyone into a photographer and rendered some photographers jobless. They replaced our banks, music systems, and televisions. And more importantly, it has radically changed the way we interact with people in our personal life and social circle. Texts and calls on work phones are important, but notifications on social media are not so important to attend while at work. Same is a notification from home surveillance camera. Clicking on each notification steals our valuable time. It grows from seconds to minutes and hours without our knowledge. When colleagues approach us with a problem or to share a personal story, we are able to listen to them. Are we able to listen to them with an undivided attention? Most of the time, we'll be multitasking and saying, "Go ahead, I'm listening," and typing on a keyboard or on a smartphone. Technology has brought the world closer, but it drove us away from the people who matter to us the most. In families, the communication is mainly through text. One of our CEOs said in a meeting one day, he communicates better with his teenage kids through text than direct conversation. With the influx of high-tech phones, our highly connected world is losing the culture of person-to-person interaction. When I was a child, a teenager, and a young adult living with my parents in an Indian culture, I was not allowed to go anywhere without their knowledge until I was married. Today, my kids think I treat them like little kids, and they want me to treat them like 24-year-old kids. One day I told them, no matter how much you grow, you remain 32 years younger to me. Maybe I am slow in growing and adapting the fast-changing high-tech world and the high-tech culture. We are paid for work we do, and we have the responsibility to do it wholeheartedly, to the best of our knowledge and ability. We have to value time and relationship. Digital addiction paralyzes lives and relationship. Some of our family members are unable to join dinner without watching TV or interacting on their phones. I think my problems are planning to do more than I could do and unknowingly creeping under the influence of technology, trying to learn more challenging technical lessons even when it is not necessary. In an attempt to excel in my task, I just realized that I spent time to learn additional knowledge I am supposed to spend with my, additional time I'm supposed to spend with my family and to exercise. In short, if you are troubled like me, we need to analyze our issues, realize our problems, prioritize the tasks, and accomplish according to your priorities. I would like to conclude by saying we are blessed if we are able to sit together as a family at dinner without any electronic gadgets in our hands. If we are able to speak to our kids face to face and feel kids and parents face to face and feel their touch. We are smart if we are able to decide what requires feedback versus what does not deserve feedback in the social media. We are intelligent if we can sort out quickly through the resources shared with us and decide which ones needs our attention and which one does not. We are an inspiration if we can figure out what is good to have versus necessary. We are reasonable and dependable. We are responsible and dependable if we can stay focused and accomplish our responsibilities. We are great when we can make others believe in themselves. We are healthy if there is a harmony between our body, mind, and spirit. We are exceptional when we grow together, slowly but steadily, every day, and do our job better than we did yesterday. Good luck to my exceptional fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for listening.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Rachel. Helpina? Helpina, can you come off mute? And let's see you. Hey, there you go.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Will you be able to give us your speech today?
No, not today. I got mixed up with the weeks when we were meeting. I had a death in family.
I'm sorry.
And then last week I was trying to get on and I said, wait, is it this week or next week? I just came through my door and I happened to see something on my phone. I said, wow, today is the day we're meeting.
Yes.
So I'm so sorry I was not prepared to do anything.
No worries. Well, guess what though? You still get to do your speech. Remember last time we talked about this?
Uh-huh. Yes. I remember, but I had that death in family, a very close friend of mine and the pastor of my church, mother, very good friend. And then I got involved with that, and then I was out for a couple of days. So then I got all mixed up, my days.
You're fine. You may not have heard Jackie at the very beginning, but Jackie is one of our Toastmasters who is from the Tip Club. And she was sharing that she, in true spirit of an impromptu masterclass, did not do a script or did not prepare something, and she just talked off the cuff. And so we're going to do your Know Your Purpose speech just like that, just off the cuff. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. You'll see the green at 3. You'll see the yellow at red. I'm sorry, the yellow at 4 and the red at 5. And you're just going to wing it. Go for it.
Oh, this is Hopina.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Hopina, and it's a pleasure being colleagues or peers with our fellow Toastmasters. This afternoon, I would want to tell you a little bit. I have an idea of what my real true purpose is. However, I didn't have it all prepared, but I'm going to wing it, as he said. As a young woman who was raised in the church, raised with both mother and father, there are several people in my surrounding that help me along life's way. And as there's an old saying that it takes a village. So indeed, I believe in giving back and looking back in the community and see how I can reach others. I'm a registered nurse. I am the oldest of 8 siblings. And I don't know if I was born a leader or it was just thrown on me. However, that is where I am. So in my working with the community, male or female, young or old, I always want to share knowledge, help to empower others, help to pull people along the way, help to push people into purpose. And many would say that I'm an encourager, I'm a great supporter, I'm a good leader, I'm a good follower, because I also believe that you create leaders as you lead. So in my household, I'll push my children. I try to get everyone to become a nurse. However, only one took the challenge and became a nurse. The others didn't want to. But however, when I look at them today, I'll tap myself on the shoulder of the great job that I did as I tried to push them. And as while I was pushing them, I'll also push in their friends. I was very involved with the young people in my church, where I was able to start a Girl Scout troop there. I did a lot of stuff in nursing. Many of my peers and my colleagues looked to me as a big sister, as auntie, as grandma, as ma. And I like that. I also find that I'm attracted. I don't want to be the person as everybody's pulling from and leaning on. So I like to surround myself with people who can help to push me into purpose. And I also would draw from them, and they would also draw strength from me. And I find that is quite encouraging, quite inspirational to me. In the Bible, it says that the older women are to teach the younger women. And in my church, I find myself very, very much involved with that. Like many of the young women in my church, I've watched them grow up. So then as they're preparing to become wives or mothers, I find myself in their space and encouraging them, and they draw to me. And I watched the fruit of my labor over the years. I noticed that they're catching on. So then I'm getting ready to retire soon, and I'm saying, Lord, what would thou have me to do? I'm thinking a lot of stuff that I want to write a book about encouragement, about empowering, about motivating others, about supporting others. Something around that title, or something around that kind of work I think I want to do. Not really for money, but I just want to see the other generation come along. Don't struggle as hard as the people before us, but they're able to do life a little easier. Not wait until they're 60, 70 years to find purpose, or to find a job, or to start having children. So that is where I am in my stage of life right now. So I hope Toastmasters would be able to push me into that line of purpose where I would be equipped to make my presentation easy and thought-provoking so that I can make a change in my community and in my circle. That's it. Thank you for listening.
Very well done. Very, very, very well done, Habina. Very well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Maurice. Thank you.
And you made 3 minutes easily. All right. Let's transfer to Evelyn. And Evelyn, take it away, your speech. And Evelyn gave me the title. Her speech title is Where Do We Go From Here? And now just a little prelude to Evelyn's speech, so, and why Jackie's here. So as you guys know, that with this being our final session, we have to decide what would you like to do and would you like to join a Toastmasters club? And so Evelyn's going to talk a little bit about what the options are, and we'll have a conversation after Evelyn's speech. Thank you, Evelyn. Go ahead. You could proceed.
Thank you, Maurice. Just before I jump in, fellow Toastmasters, just a little background. I think most of you know, but for those that don't, so I am a member of the TIP club that Jackie spoke about, and I went for attended heavily a number of years, achieved my competent communicator probably back in 2014. I stopped attending due to work constraints. Then when I retired, I thought I would jump in and attend the evening meetings, but being retired, I realized after a number of months that I would be better off with a daytime club, not an evening club. Hence, there were some discussions with other Toastmasters that I had, and we ended up through Maurice doing this program, Speechcraft, which for the first time in many years, I've been able to attend a Toastmaster meeting on a regular basis through this lunchtime club or through this lunchtime program, Speechcraft, that Maurice set up. After the last meeting, I spoke with Maurice, hoping that we could continue this and maybe be part of the club. But Maurice let me know very understandably, he can't take on the commitment. So I'm going to talk about various options that we have for going forward, being that this is the last meeting. The first option we have is to, for those of us who want it, is to join another club in District 46. So I did a little bit of research with Maurice's assistance, and there are 5 clubs in District 46 that meet on Tuesdays. There are a lot others that meet on other days, but being this group is meeting on Tuesday, we'll stick for that for purposes of today. I'm going to quickly run through the clubs and what I found out about them. And this is option 1. We join a club, if we choose to. The first club is the Byron Park Club. They meet every Tuesday from 12:10 to 1:15. So a little bit earlier than us. They're on Zoom now, and they are here in New York City. So if they ever decide to go in person, at least if you join, they are in the city. Their website didn't say that much about the club in general, just gave the information. So that's number 1, Bryan Park. Number 2 was the Global Expressions Club. They meet 12:45 to 2 p.m. on the 2nd, 4th, and 5th Tuesday of the month. They are also here in the city, which is good. And I like the club because they used adjectives on their website to describe them as exciting, and they had different themes like a Halloween induced based kind of theme, and that got me a little bit excited. Really, all I did was just go on their website. The third was the Cross Westchester Toastmasters Club. The second and fourth Tuesday, they meet from 12 to 1. They do Zoom now, but they are located in Westchester. So if they ever, do away with Zoom, at least for me, it's problematic getting there to Westchester. I did like the club, though. They talked about how different ethnicities, professional status, and age groups come together, which I think is very important in Toastmasters. So they look like an exciting club. Number 4 is the Ringers Club, first and third Tuesday, 12:30 to 1:45. They are here in the city on 53rd Street. They look very good. They're meeting on Zoom now. On their website, they talked about end your fear of public speaking, lead with confidence, experience great pathways to public speaking. And all these clubs, they have contact people you can, contact if you want to find out more about it. The last club is the BASF Tarrytown Toastmasters. They meet Tuesdays, 12 noon, the second and fourth Tuesday of the month. Their website did not have much. They are in White Plains, which to me is a downside if and when we get out of the pandemic. So that is option 1. We can all, if we choose, join one of those clubs or any other club in District 46. The second option would be that this group continues on a trial basis. The way I guess we envisioned, and we'll get everyone's input afterwards, is we would start on the second Tuesday of the month and on a trial basis till the end of the year, just monthly. So there would be 3 meetings, October 12th, November 9th, and December 14th. I would run 2 meetings, the October and December, and Maurice has graciously volunteered to do November because I cannot be at that meeting. I would be the Toastmaster. If we went on with that approach, I would need you all to bear with me, as I will do my best, but it's going to be a big learning curve. But I guess I would like if we could stay together. So that's what we came up with. We also would need, as you all know by now, my technical skills are beyond horrible. They're abominable. We would need someone to pitch in with the technical stuff. I can just try to do what Maurice is doing and lead the meeting. At some point, we would, I'm already a member of the tip club that Jackie and I are in, and Maurice is heading up. Everyone would join, and maybe at the next meeting or through an email, if we went with this option, we would get you what the dues information is. At the end of the year, we would reevaluate how these 3 monthly meetings went, and we can figure out whether to go forward or, whether we want to keep it once a month or twice a month or not continue at all, or maybe it's not working. That's it. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters.
Thank you, Evelyn. So you've outlined 2 options, but before we go further with those 2 options, I need to just get some clarity here. Hopina, let me just bring you off mute for a minute here. Are you an MEA member? Are you a member of the MEA?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Sherrod, before you go too far, are you a member of MEA, Sherrod?
Yes.
Okay, good. David?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. And Rachel, are you a member of the MEA?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. So Jackie, now we have to figure out something out. So MEA will sponsor membership in the beginning for new Toastmasters. So your MEA membership would cover the initial dues if you chose to continue. However, beyond that, you're responsible for the dues. So in the email I sent today, it included the dues. Let me just pull that up and I'll explain it to you because the document is crowded with information, but truthfully, you only need a certain part. And Jackie, feel free to interrupt me at any time if I say this wrong, because it'll be the first time I'm trying to explain our due structure. And it's new to us all, by the way. So just so you guys understand why due structure. Here we go. So at this point, you should be able to see my screen. And you'll see that there's 4 different columns. Let's go with the description all the way to your left. Toastmasters International due is the second column. Third one is tip club dues. And the fourth one is one-time member fee. So what you guys are going to be paying attention to is the very top piece where it says new New York City Managerial Employee Association members. And so your 6-month membership dues would only be $18. Okay. And then your 1-year membership dues would be $45 for Toastmasters International, $36 for the club, and with a total of $81. So basically it's the 81, it's the last column in the document that you're looking at. And note, MEA pays the first 6 months dues and one-time new member fee. So for membership purposes, TIP meets the first Wednesday and the third Monday. Both of those are at 7 p.m. And I think at the last meeting we talked about that you guys didn't want to do an evening meeting. So the possibility with Evelyn's support and you guys in agreement is to do a Tuesday meeting at noon. I'm sorry, Tuesday meeting to continue what we just talked about. But in the same time of choosing to continue this, I'm going to encourage and invite you guys to attend other clubs so you can see how it looks, because it does follow a similar format, but it's much more rigorous in that you get to have an evaluation for every speaker, and it is really useful to the process. Jackie, what did I not discuss, or what can you share to add value to the conversation?
I think you went over everything. And early on, I know I mentioned I had a lot of officers role, but treasurer was never one of them. So I am like you, I'm not as familiar with the memberships and how they are broken down, but with the information that you just put up, it looks a little easier to follow. And I think from that document, they can decide which way they want to go.
So now it's time for you guys to give us some feedback. And I'm going to start with Sherrod, and I'll go to Hapina, David, and then Rachel. Sherrod, what are you thinking? What works best for you?
Yeah, I think I want to continue. And
Okay. And then in terms of timing?
Timing, is convenient for me during lunch hour, right? Instead of going to walk outside or gym, I just, sit in front of the computer and do it. So yeah, it's okay for me. Timing is fine. And I can adjust my lunch hour. So, once, twice a week, bi-weekly, that's fine for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hapina?
I think I would like to continue myself. The program it's quite interesting, but I think I didn't have enough time so to get the meat of it. So I'm just getting into the meat of it. So I would like to continue. So the time at the same time is good.
Okay.
For approximately 1 hour. And I'd suggest that we take it down to, what date in December did you say?
December 14th was the third session.
Right. So we can do, and then reevaluate it, regroup again. By December, make a decision whether or not we continue or see where it goes from there. Yeah.
David?
Yes, I'm not going to be a spoiler. So certainly I agree with Sharad and Hopina in terms of the second option of proceeding with this group. So my support is behind it. I would also support the lunch hour. That's a lot more flexible for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. And Rachel?
Yeah, I agree with all what's being said.
Okay. So now Jackie and I, so we at Tip Club have not had an executive board meeting. So I have to bring this to them first before we can execute the option 2. But I definitely wanted to get your input. And let me just say, with the dues being 6 months and 1 year, okay, I can, and Jackie help me out here, I can have MEA do for the 6 months. And then if any of you are interested in the 1 year, you should pay the $81 for the 1 year. And on the attachment at the bottom, it has payment options. So I'll show it again here. You would make payments to the treasurer, and the treasurer is Gardier. And so there are 3 options, of course. You can do a personal check, you can do Cash App, or you can do Zelle. And we would ask that you do it before October 1st, because then, actually, let me not say that. I'm going to say that we would ask that you do it today or tomorrow at the latest. This way we have time to input it into the system, because Toastmasters International system starts 10/1. So I want to make sure that everyone is in before the 1st. So if you do it either today or tomorrow. And there's a membership application. I will email it to you. And I think you can send it to Gardier completed. That's how it will work. But the application and the payment are not together. You can, of course, go ahead and submit the application within the next 2 days and then make the payment after. But if you can make the payment before the 1st, that'd be excellent. But I think Gardier can work with either one in terms of submitting it onto the website. Was that confusing it to anyone?
Yes. This is Opina.
Go ahead.
No, I have membership that comes out automatically from payroll. So what am I paying? What am I paying? What is the expectation and what am I paying for?
Sure. So you're either choosing if you're going to join for 6 months or you're going to join for 1 year. If you're joining for 6 months, you're only paying $18. And it'll include membership into the club. It'll include membership into the International Association. It'll include access to the learning materials that you'll need to do pathways. So just like how right now we did Speechcraft, and Speechcraft had 6 weeks and 2 speeches, the pathways has, I want to say, 11 different path options, 5 different levels in each path, and some hundreds of projects. Projects range from things like doing a podcast to leading a discussion, Q&A town hall, to many, many different things. And all of them are much more and more skillful and crafty.
My other question is, if I do 6 months and then find it interesting and want to stay on, for a year, I would be able to pay the difference. How would I manage that?
You would pay for another 6 months to get to the end of the. Well, you know what? Truthfully, you can do it either which way you want to, because I've done it both where I pay the 6 months. And I've also done it where I pay the year, just because it's easier and you don't have to remember it. And if you forget it, you pay it once and you forget about it, because it's, you know, to remember it later, for me at least. So that's why I started doing the annual. But you don't have to do it. You can do it at 6-month intervals as well.
I want to try 6 months because then I'm getting ready to retire. So I don't want to tie myself up yet with too much of anything yet.
No, I completely understand, Hafina. And we have active retirees. So Jackie's retired, you know, the person
retired.
Yeah. Gail, the person she mentioned, Gail, she's retired. And we have a speaker who I was dying to get you guys to hear from. She's amazing and really, really funny. And I'm not going to give you, spoil it, but you'll know who she is when you get to see her in action. Definitely a retiree that will leave you laughing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have other questions, Hafina?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, those two. Okay, cool. Anyone else had questions that we want to make sure we take the time to answer before 2:00?
Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure about the cost breakdown. So you said
so new members
member
is $18 for 6 months.
But that doesn't cover the international. I see a blank there.
That's right, because MEA is going to cover the international.
Okay, so MEA is going to cover that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I mean that's a no-brainer for $18 for 6 months.
Yeah. Right.